What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out Russian SU-27 intercepts US B-52 bomber over the Black Sea. This is by Military Today. I got sent this by someone on Discord saying you should check this out. It's really interesting. It's an older video. It's about a year old. So obviously the events of this happened just over a year ago. So let's see what's going on. Let's figure out what's going on. It's a 4-minute video, so it's not super long. If you want to watch the video without me waffling over the top, Military Today, link down below in the description if you want to do that. Down in the description, what else will you see? A bunch of stuff. You'll see I've linked all the equipment that I use, finally. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out as well. Anyway, let's shut up. Let's pull this up and let's have a cheeky peek. It's in subtitles, I'm pretty sure, so there's no text over it. So I'll read off some of it. Let me move my head up a little bit, in case there's some underneath, and I'll read some of it off. A Russian SU-27 fighter jet intercepted a US B-52 bomber over the Black Sea, causing concern amongst international observers. Yeah, that's super weird. This event is the latest in a series of incidents between Russia and the United States, heightening tension between the two superpowers. I mean, there's only one superpower there, really, isn't there? According to the reports, the Russian fighter jet flew within 100 feet of the American bomber. This is a highly dangerous maneuver and could have resulted in a collision. Yeah, going within 100 feet of it is pretty dodgy, if I'm honest with you. I mean, the whole scenario of it being that close is pretty dodgy. I mean, look at that. That's pretty terrifying, isn't it? Move my head down a little bit. That's pretty terrifying. The US military has condemned the incident, calling it unsafe and unprofessional. Well, where were the bombers? It's all well and good, but whereabouts over the Black Sea were there? The US military has condemned the incident, calling it unsafe and unprofessional. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter where, as long as they're not over Russian territory, then they should be able to fly wherever they want, shouldn't they? The incident occurred amidst escalating tensions between the US and Russia, particularly in the Black Sea region. I mean, the Black Sea region is relatively big. The United States has been conducting military exercises in the area, much to the displeasure of Russia. I mean, Russia can't just be like, you're not allowed in the Black Sea whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some sort of give and take there. You're going to be able to be in that area for certain reasons. In response, the Russian military has increased their presence in the region, conducting their own exercises and intercepting American planes. Classic. I don't know enough about the contested areas of the Black Sea. The interception of the US B-52 bomber has significant implications for the United States and its allies. Firstly, it highlights the ongoing tensions between the US. Keeps repeating really the same thing here, doesn't it? Secondly, it emphasizes the importance of the Black Sea region as a strategic location for both superpowers. That's the thing, like, I feel like I don't know too much about the logistics of the area to be able to give a good opinion on it, on who's right and who's wrong here. But at the same time, as far as I'm aware, it's international waters, and so the US should be allowed to fly around there as much as they want, right? Finally, it's raised concerns about the potential for a military conflict between the two nations. No, there's no conflict between the two. There's just a conflict between Russia and Ukraine, with the US funding Ukraine. That's all that's really happening. The United States has condemned the incident and called for Russia to adhere to international norms and regulations. So they must have been in international waters. That must have been what happened. And which has just caused more drama, I think. The footage, though, is crazy, isn't it? However, the Russian government has defended its actions, stating that they were in response to the US military exercise in the region. I mean, Russia should be able to go and see what's going on if they're in international waters, but getting within 100 feet of them, 100 meters of them is pretty... I mean, look at that. Look how close they are there. I've watched another video where Russian planes get pretty close in the Black Sea, and it seems like they do it to intimidate in a way. But still... it's pretty worrying, isn't it? Whew. Is there any more text or is it just footage? The interception of the B-52 bomber by the Russian SU-27 fighter jet is a concerning incident that highlights the ongoing tensions between the two superpowers. I mean, it's literally repeating the same thing. I think we just got to look at the footage here and see what's going on. I mean, they're not doing it. They're just getting too close. That's the issue, isn't it? The safety issue of them being too close. As both nations continue to conduct military exercise in the Black Sea region, the potential for a conflict between them grows. I mean, it's international waters. They're both allowed to be there. But this is an act of intimidation by Russia. But I almost guarantee that the US isn't really that intimidated here. It's important for both sides to adhere to international norms and regulations to prevent any escalation of hostilities. Yeah, I mean, again, they're both allowed to be there. That's close, that, isn't it? That's really close. That's really, really close. Jeesh. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I did watch a video not long ago. Let me see if I can find it. Let's have a look here. I'm trying to figure out what aircraft it was. Oh, it was the Chinese. I apologize. It was the Chinese military jets intercepting Canadian forces. So two completely different countries. But yeah, it was still a very interesting video. I feel like if it's international waters, it's fair game and Russia should be able to adhere to that. But at the same time, they have also got to be careful that the US isn't getting to it. But at the end of the day, the US isn't just going to go and randomly attack Russia. Like, they're not going to do that. Obviously, they're not going to do that. So it is just an act of intimidation by Russia at this point. So let me know what your thoughts are on this. It's international water, right? They're both allowed to conduct exercises there. They're both allowed to be in the area. It's just that you shouldn't really be getting too close and putting safety. Like, at the end of the day, right? Think about this. If Russia got too close and accidentally did some damage to this bomber, that would cause way more potential risk than the bomber just being there conducting exercises, right? And so, is it really worth doing this? At the same time, I'm sure Russia is like, I hope the bomber does something accidentally to the Russian aircraft so that Russia can attack America. Or maybe it's vice versa. Maybe it's vice versa. Let me know what you think in the comments, because there's always rising tensions with Russia. And the whole conflict with Ukraine is just making it even worse, isn't it? So, yeah. I'll leave a link down to the original video in the description below if you want to watch the footage and go over it yourself and kind of have a little think. There was a little part in the footage where the SU-27 kind of went like this, and I don't know whether it was just to intimidate even more, but it was a bit weird because the aircraft, the pilot was also looking at the bomber, like physically looking over his shoulder at the bomber, so I don't know what's going on there. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think that it's just unnecessary aggression from Russia, but at the same time, you might disagree and say that America shouldn't be there. And so let me know what you think. I'd love to start that discussion in the comments. Don't forget to check the description for all of the links and all of the good stuff. And other than that, I'll see you next week. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.